The African Continental Free Trade Area coming into effect is the most important event in our continent's history since the creation of the United Nations and its transformation into the African Union. It's an event that gives hope for the construction of a united and prosperous Africa. Optimizing the positive effects of the African Continental Free Trade Area will only be achieved if the protocols already signed on the liberalization of trade goods and services and the dispute settlement are accompanied by agreements currently under negotiation on investment, competition, and intellectual property.
For more on the world's largest free trade area, let's go to geopolitical and economic analyst Ali Khan Sachu, who's the CEO of investment firm Rich Management, who joins us now from Nairobi. Welcome to Money Talks, Ali. Now, the African Continental Free Trade Area came into force in May after only 3 years of negotiations, which is a short amount of time given the scale of this deal. Why is it being seen as something that's crucial for African economies?
Well, I think, we've got more than 50 countries that we're trying to consolidate into one trading area. And essentially, most of these countries don't have the requisite scale. So the idea really is, if we can consolidate all these economies into a $1.3 trillion free trade area, it's going to be a silver bullet. I think there are going to be some key challenges. One is the free circulation of people, and two is that people don't interfere with the free trade area. For example, at the moment, Nigeria has closed its borders to its neighbors, so we've got to see a greater degree of willingness that might be apparent. But I do feel this is a silver bullet, and it's going to create at least an extra 1.5% on GDP if it's enforced and working as it says on the ticket.
Now, when we refer to African economies, I mean, they include very disparate situations from the economies in the north to those in sub-Saharan Africa, varying populations, varying levels of GDP, political stability. I mean, those seem to be some of the challenges that might get in the way of the successful implementation of this deal. How can these countries sort of navigate those issues?
So that's a really interesting question. I mean, you can look around and we've seen tremendous volatility across the continent, very much from a political basis. We had the revolution in Sudan. We've had the ongoing situation in Algeria since Bouteflika, the wheelchair-bound, exited. But we haven't had a stable situation develop there. We've got plenty of situations developing. I think, we're the youngest continent with the oldest leaders in terms of age, and this is creating a rupture. Expectations are sky high amongst our citizens, and most of our economies are not delivering what's required. So you're absolutely right. There is this sort of political wave that's happening, and I think whether it can be managed or not is going to be very complicated. And the question is, will something like the Free Trade Agreement consolidate these countries and produce and deliver economic growth for our citizens?